It's not a podcast.
It's a GarCast.
And this is the world according to Gar.
Hello and welcome to the world according to Gar. You are listening to GarCast episode number 281. America, I'd like to welcome in our wonderful, happy, super califragilis, the GarFather, as always.
It is a wonderful day.
You look so happy, Mike.
I am so happy. I'm so happy that I was wrong.
You were wrong. We did predictions last week.
That my prediction was wrong. I was right about a lot of other things.
I think you did that prediction because you wanted to set yourself up so you wouldn't be too disappointed if the red wave did not happen. The Trump trains broke down somewhere.
Yeah, I actually, maybe because I'm a Met and a Jet fan, I didn't think I deserved anything this nice.
And I haven't picked a winning president in 20 years.
That scared the shit out of me when you said that yesterday.
You were like,
congratulations to you!
Right in RFK Jr. Woo, I finally got one, huh?
Welcome to the winning team!
Ugh, finally. As things got close, right after our show last week, there was a lot of stuff that was still going on that made me even more excited about the opportunity for Trump to get back in there. I'm sure we all know, Elon reached out to Ron Paul, who I love, and he's like, yeah, I'll come in there and help you clean shit up. Let's go.
Yeah, I love that.
Joe Rogan
that
had
big.
All three of them on within 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, what it came down to, and I guess I was scarred from the last election because I was shocked that he didn't win the last election, and I'm moving past it, but I have even more questions now on how he didn't win that.
Some interesting charts out there to look at, right?
Yeah, a wasted 4 years as we now can reset and continue, what was started. Common sense. That's what it came down to. If you take out all the funny business and the bullshit,
right?
And you listen to your mother who has dementia, and you listen to your daughter in the back seat of the car say simple common sense questions about certain policies, I think the majority of the people, all of the popular vote, by the way, just voted what made more sense.
I think you're right.
It's not about the candidates themselves so much. We've talked about that here. People get caught up in that. This isn't
whether they're good people or bad people.
Yeah.
I don't think people care too much about that.
We're not voting, we're not picking an Eagle Scout versus a, whatever the hell an Eagle Girl Scout is or whatever that used to be. We're voting for what makes sense to
Policy, what makes sense for you, right? I mean, you knew what the policies were. She said she was going to do the same thing that Joe did, basically, right? And we knew what we were getting with Trump. It was it's very interesting. You really don't get a chance to see the same candidate in for 3 elections in a row. I was really excited about seeing the graphs to say this is how he did last time and this is how he did against Hillary. And
although the map was great last night. I know you were down for the count, but they kept on the map was cool because he would do current, and then he would go, here's what it looked like in 2020, here's what it looked like in 2016 on that cool screen that he's got. It's we talked about it here. I mean, I think we had the pulse of the people. You had a unique situation where you could take a 4-year presidency and compare it to a 4-year presidency. And I know it's not the same candidate, but to her own fault, she said she wouldn't change a thing. She said that on
I
The
actually
View.
read an article on CNN or MSNBC today, and they said that is one of the biggest mistakes she made and why Trump won. Probably
it's one of many. But you had 2 presidencies to put side by side.
Right.
That
really
was the choice.
Compare them.
Which one do you want to live again?
Yeah. Especially if you're in New York. You only had 2 candidates to pick from.
Well, yeah.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Did you say RFK Jr. did pretty good in a couple of states, 1.2%?
Who were the idiots voting for him? He wasn't running. He wasn't running.
Hysterical.
Oh, if he screwed that up, I would have been so mad. I guess if anything, he probably took Kamala votes away, right? I don't know. A mix of
I don't
both.
know. I don't know. It's probably people that would have not voted for either candidate anyway.
It was the Chinese infiltrators of voting machines.
Has Kamala come out and given a press conference yet?
Negator. No one has seen her.
She's doing the Hillary Clinton. She's just going to disappear now.
Obama may have unplugged her, like turned her off. She's no longer operating. Her operating system is off.
Boop, boop, boop.
Apparently, I think I heard them say she's speaking at 6 p.m.
Whoa.
She must be.
You think she'll cry? What's the over-under on a cry?
She's not crying. She's sleeping off a vicious hangover.
Oh. How much wine did she drink last night?
Oh, probably more than me.
Oh. So tell me about your evening. Tell me what you did. You settled in, right? You did a full day work.
Yes. So I worked. Well, I'll tell you about my whole day because it was one of my favorite days that I've lived through. Woke up. I was invigorated. I told you I love election day.
Didn't early vote. You did it you did it last minute, as I was told.
To each his own.
Last minute.
But they shouldn't call it election day anymore. It should be the end of election month.
Yeah.
I walked Nancy to her car. I was feeling good. Put her in the car. Like 7:15. Stayed out there. Said it's a beautiful day. Took down all the Halloween decorations. Cut all my hydrangeas back throughout the yard. Trimmed the rose bushes.
Did you guys have a holiday yesterday from work?
The kids were home. Nancy went to work. She had to go to work.
Okay.
But I got all that done by 7:30 yesterday morning.
Oh my. Wow.
Yeah.
You were really ready.
Feeling great. Sat down, worked. And then at like 9:30, I had a 10 o'clock call coming up. I was like, you know what? It's time. Put on my Cortland swimming hat. Drove over to Sewanaka High School. Went in. Definitely got a couple of double takes. The security guard gave me a look in my hat. Every
time I see that, I still think it's Make America Great Again. It's amazing.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It's so perfect.
Went in. Went to the wrong table first, of course. They're like, oh no, you're over there. Okay. No, there was nobody there. There was one other person voting.
Yeah.
It's such a joyful event. I got my ballot from like a 150-year-old man, and I went over to the privacy thing, and just for the third time filled out that circle next to Donald J. Trump. It was pretty amazing. I was like, this is unique. 3 times I could vote for this guy.
That's amazing, isn't it? Doesn't happen very often.
No. And then
did they talk about that? Has anybody lost and then come back to win? I can't think of one, but I don't know my presidents well enough to know. Maybe some of the early ones.
I don't think so. Like Teddy Roosevelt ran again as Bull Moose, but he didn't win.
Yeah.
Filled my straight across. Nice line of circles. Flipped it over. No.
Can you believe 2/3 of people in New York voted yes for that? And
well, I excuse some of them because they don't have friends like us. They don't have friends like Janine Driscoll, who first posted about this on Facebook.
If you look at it and says equal rights, like who wouldn't vote yes?
It was written. I said that. I was talking to my kids about it because they actually got into it because there's so many lawn signs and they were asking me about it. And if I had never heard of this and I read it, I mean, I tend to be like you and just vote no. When in doubt, vote no.
Right, absolutely.
But I'm sure many people filled it out and said, that sounds damn good. First time they ever heard about it was on the back of that,
Right.
Like, the
header looks really nice. And you're not going to sit there and read that whole thing. And it really isn't that informative anyway.
No, it's high level. Words chosen for a reason. So
now, did you guys have 2 of them or did you guys have 1?
We just had that. I didn't realize with all our fluoride talk, you had a clean water bill on there.
Yeah, it's apparently to put sewers in or something like that into some areas.
Rid of your cesspools?
I'm sure it's not coming to my neighborhood. If there's a list, we're way at the bottom. They're going to do probably like towns and things like that.
That's funny.
But more sales tax. Why not? Let's go.
Yeah.
That's why I vote.
So yeah, I did that. Felt great. Saw a girl I coached in soccer come in, and they saw it was their first time. I gave a big round of applause. Everybody was clapping. It was feel good. Got the car windows down.
I did the windows down too. I was like, this is nice. Cranked up some Foo Fighters.
Yeah, driving back. Here comes my local school board official. loyal listener, Jackie O'Donoghue. We pulled side by side. She was going one way. I was going the other, windows down. Hey, what's up? I voted. Good. She's like, I voted early. I wish I didn't. Kind of miss doing it today.
Yeah.
See? You see? And then came home, work. Kids were home. Did parent-teacher conferences. All good remarks from the teachers about both of my lovely daughters.
Oh, wonderful.
Took them to swim practice. Went for an hour-long walk.
Now you're getting close to 6-ish, right? That's when things start to heat up a bit.
Down. Had a moment. I had a moment I took a picture of. I kind of felt good about what was going to happen because I looked and the sun was setting. The American flag was waving in the wind, illuminated by the setting sun.
Red skies.
Red sky at night.
Oh,
you know what that means.
Red wind tonight.
Oh, yeah. And we picked up some food from Kava, our new favorite takeout place.
What do they serve?
It's you can get like pita sandwiches, wraps, or bowls. Like, and you pick what you want. So I did like falafel, lentils, lettuce, all sorts of fun stuff. Hummus, delicious. You'd love it.
That's good.
That was the bowl in my picture. Came home, opened a bottle of rosé, locked in. It was great.
What does Nancy do during this? She pop in and out? She go and watch
She was at
Hallmark Channel?
parent-teacher conferences.
Oh, she had to do her own?
No. She went and did the rest. Like, I didn't do them all. And she came home. She sat with me for a while. I don't know what time she turned in. I basically stayed up rocking the disco. It was so electric. Like,
when did you find out he was going to win? Like, is it 1:30ish? Was that when they started to finally say it was done, or?
I texted a lot of people, so let's go see what time those texts were sent. It was coming. Like, they're like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And let's see. Here we go.
It's exciting in the beginning. It was a little aggravating because it's like, well, if he wins these states, he's got a chance. So like a lot of ifs right now. Let's see when things start coming in.
Let's see. That was sent at 2:03. It was really 2 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
2 a.m. My text got launched.
And that was the AP that called it, right?
I mean, I was on Fox, but they're like everyone's just New York Times.
Well, CNN and NBC weren't doing it yet.
Who knows? I wouldn't know.
They didn't do it till this morning. Like,
didn't change the channel once.
7 a.m.
I was locked in. Didn't change the channel. I didn't want to jinx anything. And the map was electric. The new thing he had where he looks at the camera and there's like a graph in front of him. It was so cool. And it was great. It was great. Like, they knew these guys, not that it was fixed, but like they know things what these counties mean, I don't know. They're thrown around. And they're like, she's winning North Carolina, and like, sure enough, he won North Carolina easily.
I can't. I was worried about North Carolina, Georgia for sure. Pennsylvania, I was really worried about. And
can we all adopt the same way of voting that Florida does? Because their result was in at like 8:00.
Florida for results. And the other part I actually never thought about this. We were talking a lot about popular vote versus the Electoral College. Okay. What about the main way? I like that.
What do they do?
So basically, I don't know, let's say they have 4 delegates, right?
Uh-huh.
If you win the state, you get 2. And then they break it up into congressional districts, and you can get another delegate from each congressional district. So that is
cool. I didn't know what they did. I did see when they're showing his results right now on Fox, it has the states, and it says like ME2.
Yeah.
ME3. Nebraska as well has something.
Nebraska too. So they were saying like he was going to win the rural areas of Maine. They knew it, but they didn't have the numbers yet. And
like
same with Nebraska.
Where Stephen King lives, that commie bastard.
He probably lives in the city, in the southern area where Guar went to college.
Right.
Derry, right? Is it Derry or Derby?
That's Derry, New Hampshire, where my family lives.
He wrote many books in that area.
Bangor, Maine. Banger.
But I think his fictional town was Derby, wasn't it?
Yeah, Derby sounds right. But anyway, let's not get caught up on him.
Sorry, Stephen. He's probably very upset right now. He's probably back to cocaine right now.
God only knows what. He's probably painting himself as a clown and hiding in a sewer. That's cool. We'll look more into that. I don't want to dedicate the show to a new way of voting, but I'm for that.
I like that because it does give, like, Nassau and Suffolk, like, it gives us a chance to get a voice. Like, California right now, actually, believe it or not, I think since 2008, I was looking it up, they've had a bill that they've been trying to push through to do that, but it's controlled by Democrats and never going to let it happen.
Yeah, I get everybody's point about I want my vote to count, right? I get that. I don't think the answer is, the easy answer is make it a popular vote. Well, there are reasons why we didn't do that to start with, and I think we just need to We need to look into it all. I think there is probably a better way. I just don't know what it is. Maybe Maine and Nebraska are onto something. I wonder how long they've been doing that.
I looked up Maine. I think it was like the 60s or something like that.
Okay.
And I don't know. It was Nebraska was the other one?
Like that would... Like, so I was thinking about that. We are going to dedicate the show to this, but just a little bit. So
it was a big day. We're excited.
No, I know.
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. No. I meant the Electoral College. I don't want to dive into that. But, like, wouldn't it be nice? I'll leave it with this. I thought of this yesterday when you guys were saying get rid of the Electoral College. I was like, well, then just abolish states. And I said that just as a thinking point. Like, okay, like at what point do we not need states? But then we also have counties and we have cities. And so, states breaking it down to breaking your votes down to a smaller level that we have, like in Nassau County.
That's right. That's why the states were created, was because really you were supposed to have a very small federal government, which is not what we have today. And it was really supposed to be states would dictate what happens in their area.
So I don't want to get rid of the states. That's why I'm hesitant about this popular vote thing.
Yeah. I understand.
So anyway. Yeah, I mean, holy cow. I got to thank Guar for hanging with me. Others chimed in.
He's a superhero. And he was really, really very, like, generous and nice last night when he lost. And
gracious in defeat.
Yes, he really was. Much better than probably some of us would have been.
On the surface, I think I would have been gracious in defeat.
No, I think you're right.
Very angry inside, which he probably is.
By the way, I'm speaking of the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, there's great conversations going on all evening. Mike was posting and tagging me until probably 4 a.m. But so now that I got my watch is charging.
No, I signed off. I went back and looked. It was just before 3. I said goodnight to Guar.
My watch has a silence feature on it, which also silences my phone. So I don't get alerts unless it's from one of my favorites. Like if Nick was to text me, like a family member that I put my favorites, they're the only ones that will get me an alert, which is pretty cool.
It is cool. I did message Nick. I didn't text him, but I hit him on Discord.
Oh, I saw that.
Him.
I don't think he's ever been
on there. He has a username. Like, is your dad okay?
He voted for the first time yesterday. I never realized it.
Amazing.
I guess because he turned 18.
Oh, well. He's been in college.
He was in college. So, actually, you know what? 18 was January. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, would have been in college. So,
but he wasn't home for COVID?
No, remember he did go away.
Yeah, he was, so like November 2020, he was in Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the show, Nick. Congratulations. You picked a good one to start, buddy.
They clapped for him. They clapped for him.
Ryan was upset she didn't get to vote because she screwed up. I thought she had it handled. Like she had applied for the absentee ballot or whatever.
Oh.
And she got this thing in the mail when she was home. We gave it to her, and like all you had to do was like fill it out or go on the web and hit something. But she didn't do it. And like she tells me like 3 days ago, I'm like,
Anthony didn't vote. We told Anthony last night that Nick was going to go back and vote for him.
Yeah, I told Riley was going to do that. And
I was impressed with our people. They said, "Who are you? Where do you live? What's your date of birth?" They kind of questioned
date of birth.
I'm shocked. Yes.
Smithtown's nobody asked me anything. I just said my name, and
yeah, they asked for date of birth.
Like looking, and they're like, there's 2 of us, as everybody knows, 2 Mike Redmonds. So I'm like, the Marshall Avenue one, and she's like, you're over there. And then I went over, and it was a woman I knew. And she found me. She just turned the screen. She just like, verify your information. I guess my date of birth was on that screen.
Yeah, but maybe she knows you. That's why she didn't.
No, I know. But she said verify your information.
Okay.
I mean, I could, whatever. Signed it. Off to the races. Good thing I didn't bring Riley to vote for Ryan because she knows Riley and Ryan. That would have been awkward.
Oh. Yeah, that's the thing with these local polling places. Usually you know the people that work there.
I was not going to commit fraud.
Yeah. You know what? That's for the Dems. We don't need to do that.
Yeah, we don't do that shit. That shit.
Funny, now that was a little bit tighter, things look a little bit better this time around, huh?
Funny, huh? Isn't
Just
that
saying.
Funny? Like, and by the way, my other prediction was wrong. We got a result the night of.
I really didn't think that was going to happen.
You know why? Because that's how much he won by. It can't even be questioned.
They couldn't deny it.
That was my favorite. That's when I got excited, and that's why I stayed up. Was like, we're gonna get a result.
You could feel it coming. Yeah,
we're getting a result. This is great. I was like, I am not going to bed. That was glorious.
It was funny because of the clock changes. I still kind of wake up a little bit around 4 as opposed to 5, and I was like, oh, 4:00. Let me go look on the Discord. It's the first place I went was the Discord to see. And I'm like, there he is, Chris. He won. She goes, what? What? And then she looks at her phone. Her friend just texted her from work saying, he won. And she's like, what are you doing up right now? And she goes, I had to go to the bathroom. And she's like, so did I. Like,
that's awesome. I actually woke Nancy up when I went up to bed. I'm like, Trump won. She's like, great. Rolled in. It's like 2:50 a.m.
And even if you were tired, it doesn't matter right now.
I feel great.
You feel great.
Feel great. Feel great.
What a day.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. I wonder how that guy, for those who don't know, when I went to the school for parent-teacher conferences, it's also a polling place, not mine. And there was a guy parked out front with like handmade cardboard signs that said, if you vote for a Democrat, you're voting for Marxism. And he must be pumped. Find him.
Oprah said that if Trump wins, we're never going to vote again.
Yeah, that was
I'm interested to see what happens. I don't know. She must have some inside information on that. I'm not sure.
She might. Maybe she's going to turn her lasers on us.
You know who's not voting anymore? Peanut and Fred.
Dead. Peanut and Rogan, I think, put Trump over the top.
Poor Peanut the squirrel. I'm sure you all know. There was some great memes on that, but Peanut the squirrel was taken from his home, from his pet owners. He was a rescue squirrel. The New York State DEC forced their way into the house, took the raccoon and the squirrel because they were worried they could have rabies, and they killed them so they could test them for rabies.
Smart.
Amazing. Love New York State.
Yeah, like they were allowed to go into the house. That's wild.
Oh my God. And who's the rat that told on them?
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Oh,
that's crazy. What the hell is this guy doing with a squirrel, though? What a weirdo.
Do you think Den Bob would call in his neighbor if they had pet squirrels and raccoons? He might, because he's such a rule follower.
He would. He would call in he probably has called in on his neighbors for far less.
Meanwhile, he's shooting animals in his yard with a pellet gun, isn't he?
Allegedly.
I think it's
really
alleged.
happening.
Yeah. I don't know. He does tell stories. It could be completely fabricated.
We don't know.
We don't have Den Bob this week, by the way. He's getting. Is he visiting the witch doctor right now? I don't even remember.
I think he's with Bert. Yeah, Bert's probably crying. I imagine he's some sort of hippie weirdo. He's probably very upset. Those needles probably hurt today.
I wonder. We'll never know who Den Bob voted for.
No, we won't, will we?
He's such a private man.
He voted for Trump.
I don't think he did.
No?
I think Colleen probably, because I'm sure the teacher union said vote blue.
He thinks of himself as a fine Catholic man. That's why I think he voted Trump.
I guess that's a layer I'm not thinking about.
He does fear God.
Yeah. Could be.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
We speculate about the man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was quite a ride.
Yeah, it's kind of like, now what do we do? But he needs to go take a vacation or something. So he automatically, I would think, gets extra Secret Service now, right?
I would think he probably had a lot already because he was a former president. They keep a pretty high status as it is.
Except when you're speaking in Pennsylvania.
Well, no, they were there. They just seemed to be a little distracted by something. I don't know what. At least they found.
Keep him safe.
At least they found the guy in the golf course.
Thank God. Thank God they got that guy.
He's still not safe. Like, there's going to be some really pissed off people right now. He needs to keep his head down.
Yep.
And get in that office.
Disappear for a little bit. Maybe go visit Putin or something. Hang out in one of his villas.
Do you think Vladimir Zelensky is like crying a river today?
He came out and congratulated him. I saw it too.
He did. Well, that's a smart move. You got to thank the guy that's giving you all that money, or congratulate him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say, it wasn't a reason why I voted for him because it's lower on my priority list than a lot of other stuff. But I would say less American bombs being used around the world.
Yeah,
hopefully.
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if he did anything in his last presidency, he did not put us in any new wars.
Correct.
So or a proxy war like we're in now.
Correct.
So
Israel, that'll be interesting. How that go?
Yeah, I mean, he's an Israel supporter, but I'm not 100% sure how to read how he's going to handle that. Like, I kind of get the feeling he's going to be like, we get it. We want you to get back to the people, but just stop dropping bombs everywhere and
stop killing the babies.
With our name on them.
Let's figure this out.
So,
thank you. Yeah. It's I wish we could start today. Like, might as well. Like, let him get in there. There is no president right now.
We have not had a president in months.
Where is he?
He was eating ice cream last night. Ben and Jerry's ice cream, of course, the favorite.
He was probably asleep. He's probably asleep before you.
He might. Dude, I had such a headache. I've had a cold. Started getting it yesterday. I felt the headache coming.
Should test.
I'm fighting it again. It sucks, but what are you gonna do?
And saw the forecast.
It's warm today. No rain. We made another.
By the time
hurricane.
He is elected, there will be full-fledged panic that we're in a drought. The world is ending. Oh my God! Why are we getting rid of the Green New Deal? How could we do this? Nobody thought of the climate in the election. You'll see.
I think there's a place for all of it. Like, he's got Elon on his cabinet or whatever he's doing there. Obviously, the dude wants
I don't know
EV cars.
What is he going to do with it? We just give NASA to Elon? Like, here you go. Might as well.
He saved us twice already, right?
Yeah.
He sent us. Yeah, right. He sent the guy up to space several years ago, and then recently he finally went up and saved those other astronauts that was stuck.
Yeah. So I think we should do that. I'm curious to see what happens with your boy Bobby.
He's got to be like, let me see the files. I want to see these files. Yeah, when do we get to look at the files?
Doesn't mean he's going to see them. I don't know. Like, it's, I'm sure some of these people, Tulsi, him, people that switched allegiances are like, hope that handshake deal we had, did he just use me to get the, we'll see.
It could, I mean, he's a politician and a businessman, so that we don't really know. I think if Bobby is in there, I do think one of the things that we'll see is no more advertisements for medical prescriptions on TV.
I hate those.
They're annoying. Although it's funny, as a libertarian, I don't really like that because I don't like regulations. Like, if they want to advertise, go ahead. But I understand the conflict of interest when CNN, his biggest contributor is Pfizer, and Pfizer's pushing vaccines. Like, I get it. I understand why it's a conflict of interest, and why you would want to regulate something like that.
I did hear something interesting that I didn't know. That Trump has had a transition team in place.
Destination
for
president.
I think at least a month or a couple months already, like planning for when he goes into office. And the two people leading it caught my attention. One is Linda McMahon, Vince McMahon's
get out of here,
wife. Yep. And what is the other guy's? The guy we'll all remember, unfortunately, he's known for because of the tragedy of 9/11. The guy who runs Cantor Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
It's him and Linda McMahon are running the transition team, and they've already been at it for a couple of months.
Wow.
So they'll be hiring all the staff, like everybody.
Well, he's done this now. He's got that experience. He knows exactly what to do.
Howard Lutnick, that's the guy's name.
And I've heard him talk, if it was on Rogan, he's like, you get in there, when you're picking people on your cabinet, you kind of get stuck pulling in people that have done it before because you didn't really know any better. He says, now I'm going to pick people that I know will do a good job.
I would think it would be a lot better. You would think.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he still could fire anybody at a moment's notice.
And
That's
he will.
Him.
He will.
Yep.
Yeah. That'll happen. But you know what? Deal with it.
That's it.
I'm curious to see who the press secretary is, because we've been dealing with this nitwit for 4 years. God,
horrible.
All those reporters must be like, oh, please, bring us somebody normal. She's such a dipshit.
She's rough. She's rough.
See if we get us something in there.
Do you want to dig into some emails, my friend? I'm sure.
Yeah,
we got plenty, no?
I'm hoping. I'm hoping here. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. 4 emails.
Whoa, they have answered the bell.
1 from before the election results.
Oh,
and
is it a
3
prediction, hopefully?
Yeah, I want you guys all, you're all chicken shit and want to put your predictions out there. Gar did. He nailed it. I think Bosco nailed it as well, right?
Bosco did make a prediction. He didn't.
He didn't?
He didn't tell you who he was voting for, but he did predict Trump. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Let's dive right in. This will spur in some conversation. This one came in. What the hell day is it? 2 days. Wait, what's today? Today's the 6th, right?
6th.
This one came in yesterday at 1:36 a.m. So
Ooh.
2 evenings in a row. This gentleman was up late, but that's what he does.
He is amazing.
What's up, fellas? It's Guarlito. Overdue email. Okay. GarFellas just sending a quick email on what Red probably thinks of as election eve. Even though I like the idea of early voting for others and have used it for other elections, like Red, I do feel cool going and doing it the day of the presidential election. Aaron and I both go, see our neighbors, and greet everyone kindly, no matter whose sign they had on their lawns. It's a cool community thing, I feel. I agree. Okay, this will be a short email, as I just wanted to send my election predictions ahead of Tuesday. Here we go. This is fun. I really have felt all year, as soon as Biden was supposed to be the Democratic nominee, that Trump was going to definitely win. There you go. Only verified after that disastrous debate by Biden. I'm so happy he stepped down or was pushed out in a coup or had his gold juice taken away, depending on what conspiracy belief you may have. And though I like Kamala way better as a candidate, and obviously way more than Trump, I really feel it is too little too late. Biden should have stepped down in the beginning and let a primary decide. Let them show in the debate stage who is the best representation for their party. But that didn't happen. So I really feel Trump is going to win, and I blame Joe Biden for not stepping down sooner. Wow. I've come to grips with this, and as Red said, I will be okay, of course. I'm not going to let Kamala's giant crowds or late-breaking polls from Iowa get me hopeful. In my head, I know it's a coin flip, but despite Trump seeming hell-bent on losing the election at times this year, and especially at the end there, I feel in my gut he will be the next president. I do think if anyone else had run from the GOP, it would be a landslide. But in the end, I feel our system of democracy, despite not always landing on the president you want, is sacred, and the results of the system are to be respected. To keep it short, I will go into my next 3 social media political influencers I heavily dislike. Oh, he's adding to his list.
Oh, okay. This is the
short
email, right?
Email. Oh, he's going to do it in the next email. All right.
Oh, okay.
Cliffhanger. Love you all, Gar Nation, and Gar bless America. Loquacious
bless America.
listener, Guara.
Thank you, Gar.
Well, he kind of nailed it, except for I think he didn't think Trump was going to win by that much. I wouldn't call it a landslide, but he won convincingly.
Yeah, he won popular and he won delegates pretty candidly.
All the swinger states.
What did they call it? The blue wall?
Yeah, like they were throwing that around like we knew about it. The blue wall.
Out of nowhere, the blue wall. Blue wall.
The wall fell down. All right.
Tear down that wall.
Next one came in at 8:01 a.m. this morning.
Ooh.
The subject is Happy Days Ahead.
Happy days.
I love it. Oh, from our friend Vicky.
Oh,
excellent.
Florida.
Morning. Today is a great day. Anyway, I just wanted to say a few things. 1, we had a small vacation house in the Poconos, and there is no time to leave Long Island without it being a 5-hour trip. The only suggestion I have is taking the RFK Bridge. Nice reference, by the way. That sometimes help alleviate some aggravation. I think that was in reference to me telling Den Bob that he always leaves Long Island at the wrong time on his journeys.
Completely.
Now, Vicky, if you live in my side of Long Island, I can make it to the Poconos in 2 hours. 2, smartphones. Here in the villages, all the old people use them. And some old peeps actually are better on them than you younger people.
Oh.
Huh. How about that?
Huh.
Maybe that's why Florida votes came in so fast. 3, electric planes. I'm intrigued. There are actually 2 companies that are making them.
No way.
I saw something on a morning show about them. It was very interesting. Thank you, Vicky. She gave us no reference documentation or proof, but she saw it. We'll look into it.
Wow.
4. Got a lot here. You love lists.
I do love a good list.
She must be sort of related to you. Follow up on cataract surgery.
Oh, yes.
When the eye doctor... What?
We questioned that.
Yeah, she's
a couple
good.
emails ago.
She's a good listener. When the eye doctor changes out your cloudy lenses, they can replace the lens with a contact lens that could make you see far away without glasses. You probably would still need reading glasses. That's freaky.
Wow.
They dropped something in there. Wow.
I mean, I guess my eyes, as far as distance go, have not changed. It's just the reading is getting worse at this point. But my distance prescription has not, I don't think, drastically changed.
Good thing your car drives itself.
So nice.
5. And lastly, look what is coming to a comedy club near me. I think my eldest is attending. There's an attachment that's open. No way!
What?
Extreme Dwarfinators Wrestling.
What?
The baddest little show.
In where? Ocala?
Summerfield, Florida.
Whoa. When's he going?
Place is called Joke Joint. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
We need videos.
Yep. Well, if your son is going, we need stuff. Please get us material.
God,
that is awesome.
That is amazing. Can we send them, Bob?
Maybe that's why he's not here.
What's the date of the dwarf event?
He's practicing. Oh, there it is. This Friday, 8 p.m.
So he may be on his way down there right now.
Could be. There's the guy in the picture that kind of looks like him. Wow. You keep up the great job, guys. Yours truly, Mama Bear. P.S. Got a P.S. Love P.S. So much better than a side note.
Yes.
If anyone walks in Sweetbriar Nature Preserve, can you let me know if Hoover the goat is still alive?
Okay.
We've talked about him here. My son Sean built his lean-to for his Eagle Scout project and curious if it's still there.
I will take a look. We don't take Bo through Sweetbriar once the spring starts because of the ticks. He gets ticks every time we go in there. But with the fall here, actually last week when we walked on the weekend, I considered maybe making the longer trip to go through there. But we'll get that going. We'll
get on the goat search, goat hunt, and everybody get your tickets to the dwarf wrestling event.
Oh my God!
This
so
Friday.
Lucky. Only in Florida. Did Florida pass the weed bill?
I didn't follow up on the weed, but get back to us on that.
I'll look it up.
We could look that up. Next email at 9:16 this morning. Election night recap. Sticking with today's theme. Dr. Bimo, Gar, the father, and the special guest. Note the lowercase letters. Thank you for that. Election night. Fun being up with Gar Nation on the Discord. The millions of listeners should have joined in. I'm surprised by one thing mainly. That is less than 24 hours later, and we have a clear winner. Yep, that was the shock of the night. I won't get into whether I think this is good or bad for the nation. And it doesn't matter. We have a president, we have a Congress, and we have our country. No matter where you stand, we move forward together. Such a diplomat.
I love him.
I do have a prediction, though. Oh, boy. Oh, looking ahead. 2028 election.
What?
Let's get the talk started.
I mean, we're going to have two brand new... Well, I mean, I'm assuming we're going to have two new candidates regardless, right?
Yeah, the race starts today. We will have a female president. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
We're definitely due. Unfortunately, the two that we've had policy-wise weren't very strong.
Correct.
So, yeah, I can see that for sure. We're ready.
A Democratic female candidate will not be elected in the U.S. anytime soon. But a Republican female candidate will. I agree.
I think that makes sense, right? Because she'll get the women vote and the Republican vote, which is certainly more Republicans at this point. So I could see that.
That person needs to capitalize on the populism demonstrated in the last 8 years.
Did you see Tulsi singing, by the way, on the GarTar channel with her husband? She's so adorable.
I'll go check that out. I love that. She is a cutie. And I'm sure that some moderates and left will vote for her. I think anyone of Tulsi Gabbard, Nikki Haley, or Ivanka Trump would easily get elected.
Wow.
Easily, he says. I have no doubt that Tulsi was looking to the future when she switched parties a month ago. Oh, totally agree. Okay, discuss amongst you. Keep on rocking. LLBMO.
I think it's right. Actually, Braxton brought up a good point this morning. She said, if they inserted Michelle Obama instead of Kamala, she goes, I think they would have won. So that's a pretty good point.
It would have been a closer race for sure.
Yeah, definitely. She probably would have fared much better.
I still would think that Trump would have a good shot to win, but it would have been the 50-50 coin flip 1 week to determine the winner.
Yeah.
Situation.
Totally.
All right.
I looked up Florida, by the way.
What's that?
Florida, they did shoot down Amendment 3 needed 60% of the votes to be adopted. It only got 56%. So,
well, they had the drug
again.
dealers. All the drug dealers voted against it,
and the governor was against it.
Mm-hmm.
So
they don't want it to turn into New York City.
I think the people that get it medically, like my brother, can continue to be dealers at this point.
Nice, good for him.
Only joking, of course. He's no dealer.
Good for business. All right, this one came in while we were recording, so we still could be getting more at this point.
Whoa.
Subject, loving all these subjects. We did it.
Wow.
Oh,
Is that Dan Bob?
No.
Oh.
Not at all. No. It's from loyal listener Mike O'Donoghue, of course.
He was so excited too, wasn't he?
Oh, he's going to get some overtime now. He's got a lot of cleanup. He's got a lot of cleanup.
He's got a lot of work to do, buddy.
Got to dust off those case files. Let's go.
Does this help Adams now that they're all going to leave? They'll forgive him now?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows how long that? I don't know.
He's out of the club. Something happened.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he might be an ally now. Buenos dias, caballeros. By the way, the Latinos and Latinas came through.
They did.
What a day for us all. Hopefully those who have fears of what's to come will be unburdened and will benefit in the long run. I have to make this short as I'm making plans to set up my new home on an airplane with destinations in South and Central America.
He's on the transition team.
He probably is. Let's make him head of Homeland Security.
Dude, that would be amazing.
I'll pack my cornhole bags and hopefully I can find some games internationally.
The dude knows how to hide a knife, so much so that he can't find it when he goes back.
That's right. I'm also creating a tack plan for Den Bob so we can hit a house in Floral Park. Yeah, I'm going to do some recon today on my jog. I think if Dr. Bimo grabs Den Bob by the collar and belt, he can use him as a battering ram to breach the door. Absolutely. As always, the shows have been great. I missed the closing music. Maybe Death's Band can do some weekly covers for you. Let's make the GarCast great again. Musically speaking, of course. Okay, boys, I'm out. Take care, comb your hair. LLMO. Excellent email. Thank you for sharing in the joy.
We did get a hit
what?
from YouTube on copyright for our opening song.
Please explain.
They just noted that material belonged to somebody else. We know who that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. They actually picked up on the correct artist and everything. So, but they're not copywriting. Maybe they got a notice saying that we're using it.
And they went, damn right they are.
That's right, baby.
That's awesome, actually.
I think War gave us, and I think we've had it before, a closing song to start with. So I will put a closing song in this week. It is from Guar. I think, if I recall, it was him playing guitar and singing for us. He sent that to you and I in the Discord, and when I downloaded it, it was actually in my folder already. So I think we've played it on the show before. No copyrights on that sucker.
Look at this art. Sunil just checked in.
Wow.
Not an email, but he said sorry, fellas. I fell asleep at 9 p.m. and woke up at 1:30 a.m. Oh, he woke up to joyful news. Good for him. He said he feels pretty good. Will you watching the same Taylor Swift Christmas movie as Gary D. Felice? That's you, Edgar. Yeah, Sunil's harping on. He didn't like either candidate. He just wants Trump to remove the SALT cap for taxes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's mentioned this to me many times. And that apparently Trump said he said he would do that. So, okay.
I think he said it last time, too, though.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Guar's all over this. He's being positive. Here we go. This is what I want to get to. So Sunil has some exit poll data we can digest here.
It was interesting. I posted that early. They weren't. Usually that's like all you hear on the news channels. Yeah. But I guess some of them were using it and not others. And they started to use it later in the night, it looked like.
So here we go. This is from Sunil. He has no problem with me sharing. The exit poll data is revealing an across-the-board red shift. 20% shift to red, even in Brooklyn and Queens. I did hear that reference on the local news.
Yeah, New York did very well.
Dems only won New York by 10%, which is
insane.
Small. Yeah. The exit poll data, I said that noticeable red shift in Hispanics, blacks, and Asians. It was an across the board, we're sick of this shit status quo. Yeah.
I mean, they came here for a reason, right? To get away from the shit that they were dealing with before. So they don't want the same crap.
Yep. Sunil saying, let's see. How much? Sorry, this is people weren't happy, right? So, and he's agreeing, but he said Trump did an incredible job personally connecting to it. He was a one-man get out the vote machine. Since this guy ran the first time, I don't know the exact numbers, but like the increase in people voting is huge, right? I'm sure early voting has something to do with it too.
Yeah.
But he gets his supporters out and he gets people pissed off, so they come out to vote against him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
both ways. People are fired up.
Yeah. So thank you, Sunil, for checking in. Hope you enjoyed your sleep last night. I don't know how you people were able to go to sleep. I was bouncing off the walls.
It was funny. Christine was watching the news and then watching TikToks. Like there's so much noise going on. I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? Just watch the news.
Look at BMO. He's all about 2028. He just posted the election odds and probabilities for 2028.
Ooh. What does he got?
The favorite, is JD Vance. That's, you would think that the VP would run, but whatever. Gavin Newsom, that name keeps popping up, is the second. So then Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis was a terrible candidate. He's not.
No.
He won't run again. Michelle Obama.
Josh Shapiro. If she wanted to, I think she could have gotten in there.
Josh Shapiro, that's that Jewish Pennsylvania governor, right? That they didn't choose, was pissed off. Kamala, oh God, if she runs again, she's gonna fake. She's gonna disappear.
No way, she runs again.
Andy Bashir, Democrat. Nikki Haley, Republican. Vivek, love Vivek. Wes Moore, Democrat. Tom Cotton, don't know who that is, Republican. Glenn Youngkin, know who that is, he's Republican. And Aaron Rodgers, plus 3,000. That's hilarious.
Aaron Rodgers with Antonio Brown. What a team.
Plus 3,000. Put $1 on Aaron. Let's go. That's funny. BMO, looking ahead.
I missed his interview yesterday.
BMO's?
No, Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't see it. Yeah.
Did you see him at Penn State? Or when they were at Penn State interviewing him and the Jets kept flying over?
Yes. Yeah, that was cool.
He's like, how much money is that?
Yeah, it was funny.
I did see one clip where I think Ty, I guess apparently on the show they write down questions on a whiteboard that they're going to ask.
Uh-huh.
And Ty wrote that he was going to ask a question to Aaron about something, and then he asked him, "What are you more excited about, like the potential for zero income tax, or something like that?" It was so funny. Pat's like, "That's not what you asked. That's not what you were asking."
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't watch that yesterday.
It was a busy day yesterday.
Was not in the mood. How about Ohio State? Just owns Penn State.
It's so. I honestly, I didn't think they were going to win that game. Ohio State, their offensive line really was bad against Nebraska, and they're beat up. Like they're down their third string tackle. Like I just didn't see it. And Penn State, your team is due. Like there's just no reason for them to be owned like that. So I thought Penn State was due and was going to win that game. I couldn't believe, like when Ohio State stopped them on fourth and goal. I said to Anthony on text, I'm like, this is it. This is where they have to never give the ball back, run play after run play, and win this game. And they did it. They marched down the field. They took 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes of just run plays and got to like 40-yard line of Penn State and never gave the ball back. So that was impressive. Penn State's a good team. It's funny. I watched Franklin interviewed on Pat. Like he's a very likable guy, but all my Penn State friends are saying like it's not going to get them over the edge. And I don't know how much that is true or not, but
what do you want? Do you want more of the same thing, or do you want to roll the dice and try to get over the top?
You want to win, right? That's what you're there for. So, maybe they give them this shot this year. They're going to make the playoffs, no doubt. They don't really have anybody left on this schedule. I guess Michigan, but Michigan's nothing now. So they should run the table. There's a potential they could get into the Big Ten championship with Oregon. I don't know how the tiebreakers work.
Mm-hmm.
Even with a loss to Oregon, though, a 2-loss team losing to Oregon and Ohio State, you're going to be in. So they'll be in the playoffs most likely. Maybe they make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean the playoffs helps them, helps a school like them who was never going to win a national championship in the old format.
Yeah. So maybe they make a good run in the playoffs. I think the only way Franklin keeps his job next year is they get that.
I mean, the playoff
Ohio
helps
State,
out.
Ryan Day, he has to win. He has to beat Michigan, and he has to win the national championship. Otherwise, he's gone.
I would say that is accurate.
Right? As just your time is up. This is your last chance. I mean, if they lose to Michigan, it would be horrible. Michigan.
If I'm the Michigan coaches, I'm having a lot of fun. Dude, hey boys,
they're gonna be so dangerous because they have nothing to lose.
Right.
They know they're in your head. Like that is the worst. Indiana's scary because they're just good. They're really well coached. Right. They have a lot going for them. They have a lot of confidence. But I think Michigan's scarier just because they got nothing to lose. They can completely fucking ruin Ohio State's season by beating them. So that is a scary game. That's going to be, and it's going to be close. I know it. Rivalry games are always close. It doesn't matter.
It's actually probably the best part of Michigan season now. They're like, all right, this is sucked.
Right. This is it.
But hey, let's have some fun.
Right. When you're a hockey team or any other team, right? You're like, my whole season is going to be beating this team and ruining their season at this point. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Spoilers fun.
So
wait, when do they? So they got.
They'll play. I know they play Thanksgiving weekend is Michigan. The weekend before is Indiana. I think they have Purdue, maybe Ohio State before that.
Let's see.
I think it's Purdue. I mean, it would be so cool for Anthony to actually experience a national championship in football. It's so hard to do. I'd be so happy for him if he gets to experience that. My niece was at Villanova when they won 2 of their championships in basketball, and I'm like, it just must have been so much fun.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Right?
Yeah, why don't they? I'm looking at Michigan's schedule.
They got Penn State, Indiana.
They've got
Ohio
Indiana
State
this Saturday.
They got a tough schedule.
But where is why don't they just freaking put a freaking schedule here? Instead of some they paid somebody to make a fancy goddamn website. This is really annoying. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're looking at, but it sounds pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done looking at it.
All right. Well, I know that I know Michigan has to play Indiana, Penn State, and Ohio State over the next 3-4 weeks.
Right.
That's rough.
Here we go. All right, here we go. I got it. All right.
And they just played Oregon, which Oregon is a fucking
right. So they're playing Indiana. Where's Penn State on here?
Oh, maybe they're not playing Penn State.
I don't think they don't play them. Ohio State's the last game on November 30th. They've got Indiana away, Northwestern at home, and then Ohio State in Ohio.
Okay.
At C-Bus,
Columbus, baby.
Oh, I got scolded, by the way.
Oh.
Forgot to mention in all the hubbub. Loyal listener Jackie O'Donoghue.
I wouldn't want to piss her off.
She didn't. Wait, hold on. Let me do what she did to me. I was in the Fernwood, where I often can be found.
She didn't even talk to you? She put a note in your face?
She held up a piece of paper in my face and said, read this.
I hope we can see it.
Let's see if you can see it. My handwriting's not great. Say that word.
Nuclear.
Right. She was saying that we both were saying last week we were talking about the Voyager nuclear reactor. We were saying nuclear instead of nuclear. I don't know. She's very upset about it. It was driving her nuts, like nails on a chalkboard.
I mean, I say words wrong all the time, I don't know. Did I say it right that time? I didn't even know.
You did. I think when you look at, I did the same thing. When you look at the word, it's hard not to say it right because you're reading it. But I think.
You get lazy too when you talk. Yeah. You talk for an hour. You're gonna.
So she was. She's a loyal listener. We respect her feelings. We'll try to do better.
Wow. Did you even know what she was talking about?
I did, because I remembered that we were talking about the.
Did you remember that you said it wrong?
No, but then when I didn't have the paper in front of me and I was talking and I said it wrong.
Huh.
Nuclear. Nuclear. Yeah. See, it's one of those words. Now it's going to drive
Tomato,
you
tomato?
crazy.
I don't know.
It's going to drive you nuts. So sorry, Jackie.
I'm sorry, Jackie. I don't want
She
to make
wasn't
you
mad.
upset.
It just was annoying her.
Oof.
So what are you going to do?
You know, she could leave negative feedback on the on Apple iTunes or Spotify. You can leave positive as well.
Yeah.
They're great hosts. They just can't say nuclear.
Speaking of alternative energy in vehicles, Vicky's right. Experts say it could take a decade or so before electric planes are ready for widespread commercial passenger use. Some airlines like United are pushing to electrify aircraft as early as 2026. How about that?
2026 is close.
And countries like Denmark and Sweden have promised fossil fuel-free domestic flights by 2030.
Wow.
I think
I've seen.
I think nuclear engines would be great.
Yeah, they should get the nuclear engines up there.
Please.
It would be perfect.
Yeah.
Just like in what was the name of that show that was on Apple? The alternative space program.
Oh yeah, good show.
They did the nuclear ships back then, right?
Yep, the redo of the '60s space race.
I think they're coming out with another season too. So, by the way, did you catch the new Penguin yet? I've heard very good things about episode 7.
No, I will. I was all set to watch it on Monday.
Yesterday. Yeah, sorry.
It wasn't there.
Monday.
Disappointing.
Sometimes Monday sneaks up on me. I forget it's a Monday.
I get you. At least you didn't forget it was election
And yesterday there was no Penguin watching.
No, I'll probably fall asleep early tonight. I hope. Woof. Definitely tired, but riding the red wave.
Nick was doing a good Penguin impression. Vic. Last night he's walking around talking about Vic. You're a good kid, Vic.
Oh, very nice. That's adorable.
It is adorable.
That's adorable.
All right. Well, we basically talked about the elections and our excitement. We're sorry.
As we should have.
If it wasn't what you were looking for. But, hey, it was a big day. A little bit of excitement here.
Wipe those tears. Move on.
Feed my EV car with liberal tears.
Yeah, like it's almost like you're linked to the new administration having a Tesla.
Wow, that's cool. Every time Christine sees Elon, she looks at Nick. She goes, "You have to work for him."
Ooh, really? She's a big Elon person, huh?
She loves Elon. We like. You know what? I know Guar hates him. We love Elon in this house.
You've always loved him.
We love this. We love his SpaceX program. We love
his
the
cars.
Teslas. We like the guy. Sorry.
It's awesome.
So it is awesome.
All right.
Well, that was fantastic.
It's about all I got.
Do it a little Trump dance, maybe.
Everybody do the Trump. Love it.
My handicap just went down because Trump won.
Maybe he'll lower the ticket prices to the Ryder Cup.
That would be big. I don't want government interference. You know what? If that's what they want to charge,
you're torn.
Go charge it. You know what?
Free market, baby.
Free market. They're gonna get it. So that's the way it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Fraser, stay in Canada.
Fraser,
don't come here. Maybe come get Guar and go home.
Fraser's very excited about his Bitcoin stock right now.
Hey, good for him. Yeah, he seemed to come around to it like, maybe this isn't so bad.
Yeah. Hey, we're all happy down here. So
Forest is in third place.
Dude, it's insane how well they're doing.
Third place.
And Man U is like way down the standings, aren't they? Unless I saw. What's going on at Man U?
Let's take a look. So we play, for those who want to know. I don't know what network yet, but 9 a.m. on Sunday. Playing Newcastle, baby. At the City Ground. Sumu will be there.
You know, it's nice to look at the fantasy schedules for your players, and when it says NFO on there, it's not red anymore. Green for easy matchup. It's now neutral. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Man United's in 13th, just so you know. How about that?
Could you imagine the bottom fell out and they got relegated? How hysterical.
What world do we live in where Trump won the election and Forrest is in third place?
You know what kind of world? A great world.
Look at the red. There's red all over me.
Red everywhere, baby. It's Red's year.
Garibaldi red.
All right.
Sumu was concerned. I don't know why. I don't think he was questioning my loyalty. I think he was just He was just joking, but he sent me a message. And he said, if Trump stops you mentioning Forrest going third, I'm flipping tables. So I didn't forget you, buddy. You know who flipped the table, Sumu? Forrest has flipped the table. That's what's happened, my friend.
We have flipped the table.
We're up on top, buddy. And I'm glad I made him
cool.
wait right to the end. He thought I wasn't going to do it.
And top three, that's I mean, obviously it's hard to keep up there, but that puts you in contention for all those other cups as well, right?
Champions League.
Yeah.
Europe.
Fucking sick, dude.
I feel I mean, there must be a lot of money in that and exposure and stuff, but like as a coach, I feel like it'd be like, oh God, wait, I got to worry about all these other goddamn games.
Well, you also, right? Don't they let you spend more money if you're up top?
I don't know. Financial
That's what
fair
they got in
play.
trouble for, no?
I don't think so. No, you can't spend more money if you're on top.
I thought it was a
That'd be
weird
unfair.
rule
How the
like
hell
that. Like it wasn't a balanced amount of money that you can spend depending on where you place.
Right. Send us, please.
Yeah, correct me.
Feedback.
Please.
Chelsea, too. So got to give the phrase some credit there to his team. Chelsea's in fourth, right behind us by a point. They only tied last weekend. They were threatening to go by us with a win. We're a point ahead of Chelsea and a point ahead of Arsenal and a point ahead of Aston Villa. All these good teams. 3 points clear Spurs. 4 points behind City.
Yes.
Amazing.
So
let's get it. Take down the Geordies this week.
Let's go.
See you later. Where's Newcastle? Newcastle's 11th.
The bottom three teams are actually doing really bad, aren't they? Like they have.
Yeah, you got Wolves all the way at the bottom. Surprisingly, they have 3 points.
Ooh, they had a good year last year too, didn't they?
I think they were mid-table. Southampton, expected. Ipswich expected.
Yep.
But Stevie Cooper's got the boys playing at Leicester. They're up to 15th.
I love Coop. Watched him when he played against Forest. I really just love the guy.
Yeah, I want him to be shown more on TV. I kept looking for him.
He's so cute. I don't want to.
All right.
All righty.
Go Forest, baby.
Until
9
next
a.m.
time,
Sunday.
go Forest, go Trump, go America. And until
Everything
next time.
is coming up red, baby.
Be GarFather. Later.
Wait, we didn't say give our goodbye.
I just said be GarFather.
Oh,
you miss
Gar
it?
out.
Right.
Sorry. I think
all right.
What the hell? Because I was waiting for the big close.
New music section.
Should we just sing? Should we
sing with Tulsi? Go sing with Tulsi.
Harmonize? Trump won. All right. Catch you later, man. It's a beautiful day.
I pledge allegiance to the family of the United GarCast of the Discord and to the Montana commune that we will all meet up at when humanity finally craps the bed. One Gar Nation, under God, or thoughts, with a vow to be excellent to one another, and to always follow that one simple rule. Don't be a dick. Gar pluribus unum.